In this video, I'm going to list the 5 worst cities in Major League Baseball. Before I go on, it's important to note that attendance numbers can be influenced by various factors such as team performance, ticket prices, stadium location, and other external factors. Nonetheless, every team has loyal and dedicated fans who continue to support them, and it's not fair to judge a team's fan support solely based on attendance numbers. For my criteria, I will take into account the team's yearly average attendance, fan support through good and bad times, and market size. Number 5 on the list is the city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The city of Pittsburgh is known to be a football city, but has a rich baseball history, and the Pirates are one of the oldest franchises in Major League Baseball. They have won 5 World Series titles. During the 1970s, the team made the postseason 6 times and won 2 World Series titles, ending with the We Are Family Pirates team in 1979, led by star players such as Willie Stargell, Dave Parker, and Bert Blyleven. Despite great success during that decade, the team never drew close to 2 million fans playing in the multi-purpose cookie-cutter stadium, called Three Rivers Stadium, which was designed to better suit football. Now, why are 2 million fans important? It is a mark that signifies decent attendance in Major League Baseball, and drawing anything over 3 million fans in a season is considered great. After some down years, in the late 80s early 90s, the Pirates became good again and had 3 postseason appearances with teams led by Hall of Fame manager Jim Leyland, and superstars such as Barry Bonds and Bobby Bonilla. This time they drew 2 million fans 2 out of the 3 years. Since then, and the opening of their beautiful new baseball stadium, PNC Park, in 2001, they've made only 3 postseason appearances and have drawn more than 2 million fans in a season only 6 times, 3 of which came when they made the postseason and 1 time during their first year at their new ballpark. When the team wins, fans do show up to the games. Considering the market size and fan support when the team isn't doing well due to ownership not putting a good product on the field, there is a strong loyal diehard fan base in the city of Pittsburgh. Number 4 on the list is the city of Cleveland, Ohio. The Cleveland Indians, now known as the Cleveland Guardians, was founded in 1901 and has a long and storied history in baseball. Throughout its history, the team has attracted a loyal fan base, and attendance at its home games has varied over the years. The Indians have played at several different stadiums throughout their history, including League Park, Cleveland Municipal Stadium, and their current home field, Progressive Field. In 1947, the team moved into the newly built Cleveland Municipal Stadium, which had a seating capacity of 74,000. The move initially boosted attendance, and in 1948, the team won their first and only World Series championship in the modern era, and attendance that year exceeded 2.6 million. Attendance at Indian games remained relatively high throughout the 1950s and 1960s, but declined in the 1970s and early 1980s as the team struggled on the field. The team was so bad, there was even a movie called Major League, with fictional players and owners depicting the team's failures on the field and at the gate. In 1994, the Indians moved into Progressive Field, then known as Jacobs Field, which quickly became known for its fan-friendly amenities and helped to revitalize the team's fortunes on the field and at the box office. The team drew more than 3.4 million fans in 1995, the first of several seasons with attendance above that mark, and drew at least 32,000 fans per game up until 2002, when team ownership started to go cheap and stopped putting a good product of the field by choosing not to keep stars such as Manny Ramirez, Albert Bell, Jim Thome, and Kenny Lofton. In recent years, attendance at Indians games has fluctuated, with some years exceeding 2 million fans and others falling below that mark, mostly due to the team's lack of success. However, the 2016 team that made it to the World Series failed to attract 2 million fans, and attendance only picked up the following season. The team had hoped a name change and rebranding as the Guardians would generate renewed interest and excitement among fans, which could impact attendance. However, the team continues to struggle at the gate, even with a good team that made the postseason in 2022, drawing around 16,000 fans per game. Number 3 on the list is the city of Oakland, California. The Oakland Athletics has been a part of Major League Baseball since 1901. Originally founded in Philadelphia as the Philadelphia Athletics, the team has also had stints in Kansas City before settling in Oakland in 1968 and began playing in their current stadium, the Oakland Coliseum. Throughout their history, the Athletics have won 9 World Series championships, 15 American League pennants, and 16 West Division titles. In the 1970s, the Athletics were a colorful bunch led by owner Charlie Finley, with teams featuring superstars such as Reggie Jackson, Catfish Hunter, Vita Blue, and Rollie Fingers that won 3 straight World Series titles from 1972 through 1974. Attendance during these successful years never came close to the 2 million mark. It began to decline tremendously during some very lean years from 1976 through 1980 when owner, Charlie Finley, decided to sell off all of the team's talented players because he didn't want to pay them their worth when the free agency era began in the sport. When the city lost the Raiders football team to the Los Angeles market in 1982, the Athletics began drawing more fans. The team became good again in the late 80s and early 90s and made the postseason 4 times out of 5 seasons, appearing in 3 straight World Series, and winning it all in 1989 over Cross-Bay rival, the San Francisco Giants. These teams were led by manager Tony La Russa and star players such as Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, Ricky Henderson, Dave Stewart, and Dennis Eckersley. The team's highest attendance came in 1990 when they made it to the World Series and drew close to 3 million fans. From 1988 through 1993, the team drew more than 2 million fans per season with ownership's commitment to putting a great product on the field as the team was amongst the top spenders in the game and had the highest payroll in 1991. After the baseball strike in 1994 and since the city decided to build an eyesore that is called Mount Davis, out in the center field to lure the Raiders back to Oakland in 1995 with luxury suites and the promise of sellout games, the stadium lost its baseball charm and attendance declined greatly up until 1999. Attendance started to pick up again in 2000 and from 2001 through 2007, a period that the A's had great success on the field and the team drew around 2 million fans each year despite keeping a low payroll and the constant shedding of star players such as Jason Giambi, Miguel Tejada, Tim Hudson, Mark Mulder, Barry Zito, and Frank Thomas. There was even a book named Moneyball that was written by Michael Lewis, which turned into a motion picture movie, about how the A's were about to field a competitive team operating with limited financial resources during the 2002 season. Even though they play in a major market in the Bay Area, since 2008, attendance has fluctuated greatly due to the team constantly rebuilding by cutting payroll and selling off their star players to make a profit once they become good, coupled with their aging and poor stadium conditions, and the team's limbo status in Oakland. Through several ownerships, attempts to build a new baseball-only park in the Bay Area such as in the city of Fremont, San Jose, and Oakland have failed. The Oakland Athletics had been making efforts to increase attendance through various initiatives, including upgrading their stadium and offering discounts and promotions. Despite these efforts, attendance remains a challenge for the team in the years leading up to the pandemic, when the A's were postseason contenders, and after the pandemic as the team has once again sold off their star players and alienated fans by jacking up ticket prices before the start of the 2022 season. The team was looking to build a waterfront ballpark in the city of Oakland along with exploring ballpark sites in Las Vegas in what they called a parallel path. However, new Oakland Mayor, Shung Tao, broke off stadium negotiations with the A's because she didn't feel the A's were negotiating in good faith after team president, Dave Covell, surprisingly announced they reached a binding agreement in Las Vegas to purchase land to potentially build a new ballpark there during mid-negotiations with the city of Oakland. Some believe this was just a strong leverage play by the A's to get a better stadium deal in Oakland that completely backfired on them. Now they have their eyes set 100% on getting a stadium deal done in Las Vegas, and with the latest news of a stadium site and financing deal in place, it further cements the A's exit from the city of Oakland to Sin City. The fans in Oakland haven't been treated well by team owner, John Fisher, in his quest to make a profit and find a new ballpark. The die-hard and loyal fans of the A's have suffered and truly deserve better treatment from team ownership. Number 2 on the list is the city of St. Petersburg, Florida, home of the Tampa Bay Rays. The Tampa Bay Rays joined Major League Baseball as an expansion team, along with the Arizona Diamondbacks in 1998. Over the years, the Rays have experienced a lot of success, including reaching the postseason 8 times and the World Series twice. The Rays' attendance has been a topic of conversation for years. Despite their on-field success, attendance at Tropicana Field, where the Rays play their home games, has often lagged behind other teams in the league. Throughout their history, the Rays have struggled to fill seats, even during successful seasons. Their average attendance in 2019 was 14,734 fans per game, which was the lowest in Major League Baseball. They have so much problem filling up the seats that they have tarped off the upper deck and have artificially reduced stadium capacity to around 25,000, by far the smallest in the league. Despite the attendance struggles, the Rays have been innovative in their approach to increasing engagement among their fans. They have introduced unique promotions and events, including a tank with live Rays in the outfield called Rays Touch Experience, and a Rays Museum that features all of the great players, managers, and moments of the Tampa Bay Rays baseball team since its inception. Overall, the Tampa Bay Rays have made their mark in the Major League and remain a consistently competitive team. Despite attendance woes, the Rays continue to find ways to engage with their fans and increase their presence in the surrounding community. They are currently working on a stadium deal with the city of St. Petersburg. Number 1 on the list is the city of Miami, Florida. The Florida, Miami Marlins entered the league as an expansion team with the Colorado Rockies in 1993 with tremendous fanfare as the state of Florida was craving for its first baseball team. They initially drew big crowds at what was then Joe Robbie Stadium, with attendance averaging over 32,000 per game during their first 2 years of existence. Attendance dipped sharply after the baseball strike in 1994 and ownership wanted to see if the city of Miami was going to support their baseball team. As such, in 1997, team ownership went on a spending spree and got a top-of-the-line manager in Jim Leyland and stacked the team with stars such as Gary Sheffield, Bobby Bonilla, Moises Alou, Kevin Brown, Alex Fernandez, and Rob Nen. They won the National League pennant and the World Series title and drew more than 2 million fans. However, this was not enough for then owner, Wayne Huizenga, and a fire sale in 1998 alienated fans greatly and attendance dipped again as a result. They then won their second World Series championship in 2003, but attendance was nowhere close to 2 million. However, the Marlins often struggle to maintain on-field success due to limited financial resources and a high turnover of star players. Due to this, the team's attendance has been a challenge throughout their history. Despite being based in a large metropolitan area, the Marlins struggle to draw fans to their home games. In more recent years, the team's attendance improved slightly with the opening of Marlins Park and the renaming of the team to the Miami Marlins in 2012. The new stadium, combined with the team's success on the field, led to an average attendance of around 27,000 per game that year. In 2018, under new ownership, the team began a rebuilding process, which led to a sharp decrease in attendance. The team's average attendance in 2019 was just under 10,000 per game, the lowest in the league. In summary, the Florida Marlins, Miami Marlins had a relatively short history in Major League Baseball, but they made a significant impact during their brief period of success. However, the team struggled with attendance throughout its history, despite being based in a large market, and this remains a significant challenge for the team moving forward. So what do you think of my list? Comments and suggestions are welcome below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for the latest sports-related video.